Dragon's Den. I'm your host, SinDragonLord, and this is week number 1 of the Global Pokemon Society Draft League, Season 11. I am your commissioner, your Phoenix Primals, and this week we are going against the Vero Beach Volcarona. But first, before we get into Vero's team, let's go over ours. This is the first week, and if you didn't watch the draft, you may not know what my team consists. If you didn't watch the draft or the rankings video, which mine ended up being the top of B tier for understandable reasons, but I'm not going to get into that right now. We are the only weather team in the draft, so that's cool. Yeah, so we're rocking with snow. We got Baxcalibur, we got Alolan Ninetales, Galarian Slowking, Donphan, Titan, Empoleon, Rockalord, Grimmsnarl, Phytops, and Dusclops. So nothing really to say here. I mean, it is a snow team, so it does have its very obvious weaknesses. Weather having a very obvious weakness with its predictable playstyle, but usually unprepared teams are not able to push through it. But knowing that weakness, we can sort of circumvent that ourselves with good gameplay. So without that being said, let's just go ahead and get in opponent. Not sure about, but okay. So we're looking at Zamazenta, Dragonite, Darkrai, Sylveon, Porygon Z, Thundurus Incarnate, Morgrem, Kyurem, Dusknoir, and Pincurchin. So the first thing we might notice is there are some similarities. We got Dusclops versus Dusknoir. We got Baxcalibur versus Kyurem. Grimmsnarl versus Morgrem. We got some similarities in terms of like Pokemon selected and things like that. The other thing to note about this team is that this team is very hyper offense. Not a whole lot of defense. And it's also exceptionally fairy weak, which is something I noticed when going into team building for this week, is that they are exceptionally fairy weak. They don't really have any resistances. However, that's with that being said, however, that Zamazenta will be a problem. That is kind of the main threat that I'm trying to look to deal with. The other thing I noticed about this team that is sort of a problem is the fact that they don't really have any real hazard setters or ways of removing hazards. So once my hazards go up, they are there to stay. But with that being said, I will say that something that might be slept on this team is that Porygon Z. For those of you who may not know, the tier column on the spreadsheet is how many points each Pokemon was worth during the draft. You were able to draft 100 points. And so only Pokemon with 9 points or under can terrestrialize. The Porygon Z is actually one of the sleepers as far as Terra options being like really good. Just because adaptability basically makes it to where whatever type you Terra into also gets that adaptability boost as well. So that thing could be a really strong Scarfer, a really strong Specs user. It might be a little underrated. I'm not gonna lie. It might be a threat to really consider, especially with its move pool. It can terrestrialize into a bunch of different options and take complete advantage of its ability to basically increase its stab output as far as damage is concerned. So that being said, let's go ahead and get to the team that we're planning on bringing this week. Okay, so first we got the Alolan Ninetales. We got a pretty standard Alolan Ninetales set for this week with Auroraville, Blizzard, Moonblast, Freeze Dry, with the Light Clay to boost up our screen turns, just to kind of buffer our defenses. We are also kind of lacking in the defense department. We also have a very common weakness, so having screen support will be extremely beneficial for us. So yeah, and the only thing I'm considering for the Alolan Ninetales is since he doesn't really have any like threatening bulky waters, I might take off Freeze Dry, but then I don't have any Ice Stab out of the snow. So I might replace either Blizzard or Freeze Dry with Encore, uh, just in case, because that can be a really decent, way to set up sweepers and things like that. We will see. But regardless, but not only that, the fact that the Alolan Ninetales is also a fairy type with a decent fairy stab, it could be good to go against basically the entire team, basically. Um, Moving on though, we got the Baxcalibur. We got a Dragon Dance set with Scale Shot, Icicle Spirit, Earthquake with the loaded dice item. So for this, also just like the Alolan Ninetales, very standard EV spread. Nothing really to write home about. Nothing too spicy there. Um, but we went Dragon Dance instead of Swords Dance, which is typical on Baxcalibur sets, mainly because I wanted to be able to outspeed the Zamazenta on the Switch. That way he couldn't just switch into a Swords Dance and just immediately threaten me out with a Body Press or, whatever move he decides to use. So that's the reason for that. And Scale Shot, Icicle Spear, obviously those are basically bare minimum 100 base power moves with the loaded dice item. And then Earthquake just for coverage. And then we got Galarian Slowking with the Icy Rock to extend the ice or the snow terrain with Chilly Reception, which also takes advantage of its ability Regenerator. Since fighting is a very common weakness, Galarian Slowking also provides us as a defensive pivot to take on any oncoming fighting type attacks that might threaten us. Steel is also a common weakness on my team. That doesn't really help in this case, but regardless, it is a bulky pivot basically. I'm trying to get at. Then we have Future Sight, Sludge Bomb, and Slack Off for recovery and just stab options. Then we got Titan. The EV spread's a little interesting here. We got a Belly Drum set with Ice Spinner, Ice Shard, and Terra Blast. So the reason for the spread is 4 HP. It doesn't matter if it's at level 100 or level 50. It'll probably be level 50, but in either case, it won't matter because the HP will be even, which means after a Belly Drum, the Citrus Berry will prog, bringing us back up to 75% health, and we don't have to worry about, potentially taking too big of a hit and dying before we have a chance to being able to attack on the back end on the next turn. We are also on 78 on both of our defenses, just to give us a little extra bulk. And we also have 96 speed. The reason for the 96 speed is because in snow with Slush Rush, we outspeed Zamazenta. Like max speed, max investment Zamazenta. And then after a Belly Drum, we do massive damage with Terra Blast after we Terraslice into a Fairy type. Sorry, my phone keeps going off. So anyway, I lost my train of thought for a second. So we are Terra Fairy just because, as I mentioned, he is very fairy weak. So having a strong fairy attacker will be beneficial, and it also removes our fighting weakness. Granted, the Zamazenta does have potentially Heavy Slam in its arsenal, which will also be super effective. But regardless of that, Heavy Slam will be doing less damage than Body Press would for obvious reasons. So if he predicts Heavy Slam on the Terra, cool, but we're still 2-hit KOing him. Regardless. Then we got Donphan, otherwise known as our Great Tusk at Home. But this one's a little interesting. It's something I've never tried before, but we're trying it this week to see if it provides any sort of utility. It seems like it would work on paper, but we'll see how it goes. So the idea here is, since Donphan got the ability Sturdy, it is guaranteed to survive one hit at full HP. So the idea is to bait out a super effective hit to bring us down to below 25%. When we set up our Stealth Rocks, and then that'll trigger our Custap Berry. We're able to Endeavor and bring it down to 1 HP. Or alternatively, if we already have our rocks up and we, and we get slammed down to 1 HP or Custap range, we Endeavor after the attack, and then they're low enough HP, ideally, to where the subsequent attack, which will have increased priority due to the Custap, will be enough to take it out in a 1v1 situation. I don't know if it'll work. It seems good on paper, but obviously in practice it might be a different story. But we'll see how it goes. And then finally we got our Grimmsnarl. I thought about doubling up on our screen support, but I decided against it this week just because of how important the offensive fairy types are going to be. So I decided to go with a bulk up set instead. I'm torn between Terra Fire and Terra Fairy. Reason that I'm contemplating Terra Fire is because it is either neutral or resistant to all of Zamazenta's potential attacks. So that is the reason for that. However, I might go Terra Fairy just because it will increase the damage output on Spirit Break. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching the part of this video. I really appreciate it. Let's just go ahead and get into the battle portion of this video right about now. Welcome to the battle portion. Alright, let's get this. Fine. Alright. So normally I have a different layout for this, but my Stream Deck is being a little difficult at the moment, so I'm having issues figuring out everything after I moved. Everything just kind of reset. So once I figure that out, we'll go back to the old layout, but for now, this will suffice. Yeah, so. Alright, good luck, Vero. Have fun, and let's kick off Season 11 in the best way that we possibly can, yeah? Let's get it. I should probably move my head, that way I can actually see. So I was pretty much right on the money as far as my predictions go, but I did not anticipate the Thundurus. I was more expecting Darkrai, but Thundurus is probably honestly the better choice of the two, to be honest with you. So, but otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much right on the money. So we'll just, once we get rocks up, things will hopefully ideally go swimmingly. The Mortar is probably going to want to set up screens. We got PZ to be an absolute nuke. Then we got 4 legendaries. Oh, well, 3 legendaries, 1 pseudo. But still, definitely an offensive team if I've ever seen one. With the possibility of screen support. Really thinking over the order of his. There we go. Alright, let's get right into this now. Getting off with Thundurus. I guess we're about to find out if Thundurus gets any anything that can really touch this Donphan here, because otherwise we're just going to get a free turn of rocks. Grass knot, okay. Well, we got Sturdy, so we ain't got to worry about that. Then we also got the Custap as well. Now we're going to get the Custap, and we're going to get Endeavor off, so good shit. Now we got Thundurus down to 1 HP. Donphan goes down to a Flash Cannon. And we're off to a good start, because now the Thundurus cannot switch out, because it's fodder at this point. But we just saw Flash Cannon, so I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go into Ball to set up the snow. Really thinking of play over here. I mean, he's pretty much forced to attack because he switches. Like, Thunderous is just fodder at that point. Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought he was doing. And then we also get our regenerator, so we get to heal up all the damage that we just took off of that flash. So yeah, I think we're just gonna go into Titan here. I don't think we're safe to set up a belly drum just because the flash cannon is still kind of a threat. So I think we're just gonna let's go for the Ice Shard here. Just in case you try to do some cheeky shit like Prankster Thunder Wave and things like that, we don't need that shit going on, so priority Ice Shard definitely seems like the way to go just to kick it off. We have a defense boost in the snow. Most of his... Okay. I'm not really sure what this thing wants to do, to be honest with you. I'm going to assume screens, right? That's what I have to assume. Now, I think we should go for a belly drum here. I think goes for fake out, that's cool. Try again. If he goes for a parting shot, that's fine. It's not really that big of a deal if he goes for parting shot, because belly drum will just bring me right up to max, so it's not that big of a deal. Deflect could be annoying, but belly drum would kind of neutralize that a little bit. So, and then it's not like we got light. It's not like he's likely to have light clear or anything. That's a thing. Yeah, that could be a problem. That's a little annoying, for sure. So we know fake out, we know Thunder Wave. I don't think he's got screens. I can't imagine he has screens. Maybe at least one. I don't know. Time will tell. Time will tell. No, he doesn't have screens. He doesn't have screens. Amazenta. Okay. A-okay with me. If I can just get this belly drum off, that'd be great. The Zamazenta will unfortunately outspeed us, however, because we are paralyzed. So at this point, I think we just try to do as much damage as we can possibly. Alright, and he's left. Okay. Yeah, we just go for the Terra, I think. So we're anticipating body press, right? Which means I'll resist. But I have to break through paralysis here, because a heavy slam could potentially be a problem, and I don't have the defense boost from the snow anymore, so that could complicate things just a little bit. Yep, there's the body press. Does absolute activity squat. And we get the Terra Blast off. And this should be a one-hit, maybe? Yep, that's a one-hit KO. Perfect. So Zamazenta goes down. Then... Does Ice Shard just win me out from here? It might. It honestly just might win me out from here. Oh, well, maybe not. If this thing is scarfed, he could have a problem if it is. Well, we'll find out right now if it's scarfed. Actually, let's go for the Ice Shard. Screw it. We'll go for the Ice Shard. Okay, PZ goes down. This might just be a Titan. Might be a Titan sweep. Fake out's obvious here. He's got no reason not to go for fake out. Alright, snow stopped. But that's okay though. That just means that Slush Rush is no longer active. Which means the Morgan will probably be faster with the priority anyway, but does that really matter? I'm just gonna go for Terra Blast. Ooh, foul play. Okay. I see you. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. That's... Yeah, that'll do. Let's go into... We'll go into, from the Slowking. We'll just fire off a Sludge Bomb. That should take out the Morgan. But the Titan sweep was stopped, so that's... I should have went for Ice Shard. I should have went for Ice Shard, realistically. That probably would have taken it out. We'll know for game 2, though. We'll know for game 2. So he's got Thunder Wave, Fake Out, Foul Play. We don't know what the last move is. And a Terra, okay. What's he gonna Terra into? Okay. So he loses the poison weakness, which is fine. Totally fine. That's okay. That's fine. We're not worried about it that much. Orgrim doesn't really threaten us that much offensively. I stand corrected. Apparently it does. Okay, we're gonna swap. We are gonna go into Grim because we quad resist foul play. And we also get the regenerator too, so we're immune to Prankster, we quad resist foul play, this just seems ideal. Yeah, these pieces. And I think with bulk up, yeah, we're gonna get up with bulk up real quick. Because I anticipate a switch here. I don't think he's just gonna stay in and go for foul play all day long. I think he's gonna switch. And I'll just get a free bulk up. And then that also is weak to Drain Punch now too, so if I need to get some recovery, yeah. There we go, the switch. That's what I figured. Here comes that Kyurem. The Rock's doing plenty of work there. Okay. And we are max special defense, max HP, so in theory we should take anything this thing wants to do. But we're just going to go for his break. Not flashing. Okay. So we'll go Spirit Break. If this isn't enough to take it out, we just got Sucker. Yeah, that's fine. Well, he took what we said to heart about his fairy weakness, so he's got all the coverage for it, so glad he put that to heart. Alright, Kyurem goes down. All that's left is Dragonite and more Grim. Yep, here comes the Dragonite. He's got the boots. Okay, so multi-scale is still intact. So I don't know if he has anything that really wants to. But... let's go for a Spirit Break. Yep, okay. Fine. I don't think another Extreme Speed will take me out. Oh, I think it's pretty much game. Unless he's able to get me into fake out range for Morgan to take me out, which would be honestly hilarious. Dragonite goes down. Yeah, no, we're not in fake out range. We're good. Wouldn't it be hilarious if the Morgan did take me out, though? That would be fucking hilarious. Go for Drain Punch for the win. Yeah, no, we're good. The lefties will bring me back right back to where I was, so that was literally just... oh, even slightly higher than I was. Alright, Drain Punch FTW. Morgan faster than me, okay. I don't think Foul Play is enough. Nope, it's not. Well, solid effort. But we're off to game 2, and now we know this thing's got Foul Play, so that's definitely something to look out for. Especially when we're talking about the, you know, setting up with this Titan. And we also know he's got Steel coverage galore. Galore. Okay. I don't think we lead the same. Or do we? Yeah, you know what? There's no reason not to. There's literally no reason not to lead Donphan again. Even with the Custap Berry revealed, like... we can still get up rocks, which is still going to be really nice for us. But I think we go for a Grimmsnarl... I think we go for a Grimmsnarl game. I think that's just the most... I think that's the most beneficial option. Yeah, I think it's the most beneficial option, just to go for a Grimmsweep this time. Just because he doesn't have that much to deal with it, especially when I tear it into a poison type. So... okay. So Thunder Wave's useless. You could go for Fake Out to break the Sturdy, which is definitely a good play, but I'm still going to get up rocks regardless. I just might not get the Custap play this game. So realistically, I don't think it matters because he's just going to fake me out, right? Yeah. So Sturdy's broken, so now Thundurus could potentially switch in here and go for Grass Knot shenanigans. I don't... was he expecting me to switch there? I'm not really sure on that one, but... I mean... I think we go for an Ice Spinner here, predicting the Thundurus switch in, yeah? Yeah, I think that's what we do. We predict the Thundurus. Why is he going for Thunder Wave twice? I mean, well, let's keep going for Ice Spinner, that's cool. I think the amount of HP I need to be at for Custap to go off is 43. So I think we're gonna you know what? We're just gonna switch into Morgrim, or excuse me, we're gonna switch into Grimmsnarl. I think we're just gonna start setting up for the sweep here. See if we can get a 6-0. I don't know if he really has anything to really stop a Grimmsnarl sweep. I really don't think he has anything. I'll go for a bulk up. We're not going to reveal our Terra yet, which I know in the intro I said it was going to be Terra. That it was going to be Terra Fire, but we decided to go Terra Poison instead because it does resist Body Press while being neutral to Elemental's other stabs as well. And Poison just seems like a really good defensive Terra for this. I think we're just going to go for another bulk up here. To be honest with you, go for another bulk up. We have no reason not to. This Morgrim literally cannot touch us, so until he switches, there you go. So I get 2 free bulk ups, which is great for us. Comes Kira. I think we're going to go ahead and go ahead and Terra here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and Terra here, predicting the Flash Cannon. Then go for Brain Punch to recover whatever we lose, keep us healthy. Flash Cannon. We take that easily with Brain Punch. That's not enough for a KO, but we do have Sucker Punch, and he can't switch because rocks are up. So this Kyurem is as good as gone. And we're still healthy. So, we Gucci, fam. We Gucci. So Kyurem goes down. And I think it's just a wrap from here. I don't think he can do anything. At all. Zed might be a problem, actually. But... I think we're going to go for Spirit Break here. Yeah, we'll go for Spirit Break. What's the Terra? It is Terra. Paranormal. Okay. So he's just wanting maximum fucking... This Tri-Attack's gonna hurt a lot. Is it gonna be enough to KO me though? No, it's not. Bro, that was solid. Just be thankful that there was no secondary effect off the Tri-Attack there. Let's see what else he's got. He's got the Thunder still. He's got Dragonite. Got Earthquake. Ooh. Okay. Alright, so this probably will not be a Grim Sweep. Or it might not be, rather. It might not be. still got stab on Sucker. So exactly what we're gonna do. Let's punch the Dragonite to death. Ooh! Okay, no Grim Sweep today, boys. He broke through. Okay. But now I think we're in an okay position to go ahead and set up the snow and set up our screens for our secondary plan. I'm not anticipating D-Knight to stay in on this, but we're just going to set up the Aurora Veil. I mean, sure, if you want, that's cool. Aurora Veil. Ooh, that Zamazenta is an issue. I should probably save Ninetales for that, because yeah, I didn't think about that. The Zamazenta still, and I can't Terra the, I can't Terra that. We'll go into Titan. And we should... Ooh, break for the Aurora Veil. Okay, I see you, fam. I see you. Okay, I see you. Well, we're definitely taking an E-speed. That's for sure. I don't... Go for Ice Spinner. Did not go for E-speed. Okay, well, Dragonite's down. I think the new game plan to deal with Zamazenta. Alright, so we know Flash Cannon's coming. I think we're just gonna go for, actually? Flash Cannon's let's... Ice Shard take it out from that range? I don't think it does. But I think we need the chip. So we're just gonna go for the Ice Shard. Now Sunny, wait. This thing's not Prankster. This thing's Defiant? Oh wait, no, it very easily could be. Because I also went for a priority move. We're just gonna go for another Ice Shard. Is this Zamazenta? Yes, it is. Alright, so he's playing around my strategy actually pretty well. There's been a couple misplays, like the Thunder Wave on the Brimsnarl and on the Daunting, but otherwise he's playing through my strategy pretty okay, actually. Not too shabby. At this point, I mean, I think he just goes for Body Press at this point, so I think we're just going to switch into Protein, because realistically, that's the only thing that we have to really take care of this thing at this point, you know? That's really the only thing. And we quad resist. Yeah, we're eating those for breakfast. That's all good. He does have the possibility of having Crunch, which could be a problem. But we can just switch, and we got Future Sight as well. How much is Crunch? Oh, he does have Crunch. He switched out Crunch for Iron Head. Oh my god, Flinchy. Okay. Okay. We might have to slack off. If I flinch again, I'll have to slack off. Future Sight, that should do some decent damage. I need to heal. I really need. We'll slack off. No flinch, please. I have to switch. Nope, we're good. We're slacking off. We will go for a Watch Bomb. Another flinch. Future Sight will hit it now. How much is that going to do? A metric fuck ton. That was actually pretty good damage. Okay. At this point, I think we just go for another few fights. Do we? No, I think we slack off here. Because at this point, we're risking too many potential variables of like flinching stuff, so we're going to slack off. And then after we slack off, we'll go ahead and go for a Future Sight, which will take out the Zama's Zenith. Alright, Future Sight goes off. So at this point, I think we just keep slacking off, because we don't really need to go on the offensive here. We just need to wait out those 2 turns. That was hella damage, though. Must be full defensive investment, no special defense whatsoever. We go for a chilly reception? I think we go for a chilly reception. And then we'll be able to regenerate all the health that we just took. Well, not all of it, but a good portion of it. We'll get the snow again. The sunny day user is gone. And just go from there, I think. Does Future Sight go into effect here? I think that's your turn, right? Yep, so Zama's Zenith goes down. And we have Fax Caliber just waiting to pick the bones. So it's not quite a 6-0, but we did get a 9 differential points, so that's good. Good start to the season, I think. Ross will take out the Thunderous. Dolphin getting some KOs. For sure. Here comes the Morgrim. Foul plays incoming. But I think we're faster. No, I think Morgrim's fast. So, I think we're just going to go for an Icicle. I don't think Foul Play will take me out. Especially with the defense buff, I don't think it'll take me out. E-Wave might be... No, okay, we're good. We want the Foul Play. Now I'm faster, actually. The crit didn't matter, I don't think. I still had 1 or 2 more hits after that. Is there anything in the back? Nope, we're good. Alright, well that is the end of the match. Good game, Vero. Always a pleasure. And we'll catch you guys in week 2. Peace out, guys.